Hi, I'm Jake Eastman, and today I want to discuss the Kemp model of instructional design. The Kemp model was first developed by Gerald Kemp in 1985. Kemp wrote Instructional Design, a plan for unit and course development in 1971 after years of teaching education at San Jose State University. The Kemp model was revised in 1994 with the help of Gary Morrison and Stephen Ross in the publication Designing Effective Instruction. That text is in its 8th edition, includes the work of Howard Kalman and Jennifer Morrison, and is available through our Canvas LMS under the Red Shelf tab for more information. The Kemp model features 9 key interdependent elements. They are not referred to as steps because the user can start at any point in the process. The elements can be executed simultaneously because the model is nonlinear and therefore flexible. Not all projects or programs may require all the elements, and the model was created for a classroom setting. However, the addition of project management and support services suggests that the model could be used in a corporate, nonprofit, or military setting as well. Let's discuss the Kemp model's elements, which we'll number only for the sake of ordering them. The first element involves identifying problems and determining if instruction is even necessary, or if it is the best solution to solve the problems. The model recommends conducting a needs assessment to make this determination. The second element involves determining learner characteristics for the intended audience of the instruction. Special attention should be paid to matters of diversity and disability when considering the potential learners. The third element asks the user to conduct a task analysis to confirm procedures, methods, and materials which best ensure that the learners can acquire mastery of the content in question. While the fourth element revolves around determining the instructional objectives, which serve 2 main purposes. The first is to find instructional resources that yield effective learning, and the other stresses outlining how to evaluate student learning in the best way. The fifth element deals with content sequencing. Presenting information in a logical order allows learners to reach their learning goals effectively and efficiently. This should take into consideration the full objective scope and any prerequisites necessary, as well as make the objective clearly measurable. The sixth element relates to instructional strategies and involves instructional best practices, particularly surrounding the learner's mastery of the objective as being the primary goal. The seventh element discusses the instructional message with which the user wants to develop and communicate. This envelops the look of the instruction down to the choice of font or text and whether images or graphics may help to communicate learning objectives. The eighth element relates to developing instruction that has the target audience in mind. Emphasis is on solving the performance problems identified in the analysis and weighing the pros and cons of various delivery methods. Element 9 touches on the evaluation instruments and measures that will be used to ensure the learner can be successful and that learning outcomes can be accurately assessed. This often includes testing in some form, but not in all cases. And finally, the outer rings relate to the need of revision for any kind of instructional design, as well as evaluation. 3 types of evaluation are highlighted. Summative evaluation determines if the program or instructor meets learner and instructional standards. Formative evaluation helps the instructor or planning team know if the program is meeting its objectives as it progresses, and confirmative evaluation concerns itself with how learners retain mastery over time and whether programs need to be revised due to advents in knowledge or technology. Planning and implementation are broader areas that often require the assistance of a project manager or support services depending upon the scope of the project. Here is a Kemp comparison to the ADDIE model. You can see that the model, because it's circular, doesn't have specific steps, which kind of leads me into the strengths and weaknesses. Benefits of the model include its flexibility. You can start anywhere. You can start anywhere in the process of your project or instructional design process. There's evaluation throughout, so you're always getting feedback. You're always finding out whether or not the information that you're providing and the goals that you're striving for are realistic and fit. And then the other benefit is that the model always looks at it from a learner's perspective. So if you are going to be instructing learners, then that's what you should be doing. Finally, the challenge: there are a lot of elements. There are no clear start or end points, and there's no clear flow, as is somewhat evidenced in the Kemp and Addy comparison. This has been the Kemp model presentation. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon.